welcome back to the Dirty Pat Walsh channel on YouTube with me, your host, Dirty Pat Walsh. That's right. First thing I want to do while it's hot on my memory is I want to shout out Mr. Dean Porter for subscribing to my channel. Dean is he's a harmonica player. He plays mostly like tunes like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, When the Saints Go Marching In, like established tunes, and yeah, so I've been watching a bunch of his videos, and they're they're really cool. They're really cool. His tone is fucking phenomenal for a beginning player. Yeah, that's really all I can say. Very different approach to the harmonica than I take, I think. But still, it's fucking cool. I say everybody do their own thing and do it happily. And that way we get all kinds of cool stuff, Where's my dip? My dip. It's time for dip. As I've said, ladies and gentlemen, the dip of the week is Stoker's long cut wintergreen in this can. So I started to talk about these cans, and I ended up just talking about how weak my hands are in the morning in my last vlog. But yeah, my hands, like for the first hour and a half, 2 hours when I wake up in the morning, my hands are just, I can barely hold my toothbrush properly, and a lot of these dip cans, they're great. They're so great. They're such good cans. It's hard to just pop the top off them when you have weak hands. You know what I mean? But these are really easy to open. They just pop right off like that. I'm dipping a can of Copenhagen Snuff as well, just to break up the wintergreen every now and then. And I love Copenhagen Snuff. But it's easy to get into too with the fiberboard. Nothing's these cans, I don't feel safe carrying these in my pocket. Maybe we'll have a dip of this Copenhagen Snuff. It's just every time I open the can, it smells so good. Cheers. And I got another subscriber last night. A woman whose name completely escapes me right now. I'll put her in the comments. They're in the description. I don't know how. Sometimes I don't know how people find me, but I'm glad they do. So I'm glad they do enough to want to subscribe to my channel. So Copenhagen Snuff, man. It's the first, and it's still one of the best, Yeah, so I wanted to shout out Dean Porter, and if you're one of the people who comes here for harmonica jank, just go check him out. It's not like wailing blues music or nothing. It's not heavy. It's not like fucking heavy, man. It's really nicely played little tunes with good tone. So, and he's just learning. He fully, like he always it says in his videos, I'm just learning how to play. Blah blah. He seems pretty down to earth, and sharing, learning an instrument and sharing it as you learn it. You're really putting yourself out there. Like that takes some balls, because who knows what could happen, So yeah, I thought I got respect for that. That's for sure. Oh yeah, I found my. I was. I don't know how long this COVID-19 thing's gonna be keeping me indoors for, keeping me out of the public eye. See, like people are like a lot of people who are a lot of people who make their money only by music, who are completely out of work right now because of this, you know, don't have like EI to fall back on or nothing like that. They're not really eligible. I guess probably except for the bare minimum, and that kind of bums me out. It's another example of the arts being taken for granted. Um, you know, it bums me out. I would like to see. I would like to see people who contribute to the arts in their town in a notable way get um, paid a salary for that, for being a consistent artist in their town. Adding to the town's culture. Doesn't have to be much, just something to live on. That's all any musician really wants. Well, not what any musician wants, but I know plenty of musicians who are happy to just get by on the bare minimum and play their music. But yeah, anyhow, I'm fucking going off on tangents. I don't even know where I put the goddamn thing. Okay, I I have a thing for small amplifiers. Like I don't really. I've had a couple big amplifiers. I had a trainer twin 10-inch that was a fucking amazing guitar and harmonica amp, and I had another trainer. I like the trainer tone. Um, Another trainer, but it was like a really tall cabinet, and it had I think 4 8-inch speakers in it or something like that. Anyway, that was a pretty cool amp for harmonica, but it was a pain in the ass to carry around, and it fed back like a motherfucker. So anyway, that all that, and the fact that I tend to do a lot of busking and such. I'm always into the small amplifiers, ones that you can stick a battery in and carry around, you know. And the one that I normally use is the smallest of them all, just because I love the tone on it. Um, it's this little horrible thing with you stick a 9-volt battery pack. I've showed this off. It used to be, it was made. It was called a Smoky, and it's obviously all the electronics are cased inside a cigarette pack, which I've had this amp for over 20 years, so it's kind of disintegrated, but it still sounds as great as the day I bought it. So, that's a big one to me. I love this one. Um, and I also use this little guy, and it's just a 9-volt battery amp too. Little wee speaker in it. Sounds great. It's a great busking amp. Um, doesn't have a handle on it or nothing. Whatever. Blah blah blah. Blase squaze. But the one that I bought myself specifically for busking because it has a clip on, like a belt clip on it, or you can clip it on whatever. It has a little handle. Not that you need it with it, but it has one. Is my Dan Electro Honeytone amp, and this thing is great. It's just another 9-volt, popping 9-volt in the back, and I'll have to check this. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, see, you can't go leaving your batteries in the amplifiers because they'll melt. They'll melt down, cause a fucking whatever. But yeah, this is a great busking amp, and I've done a couple gigs with this amp too. If you look in my Dirty Pat Walsh live section, I did a gig at the pool hall in town with this amp, and it sounds great. It's got great, really, it's got tone, volume, and overdrive, which is great. But if you kind of turn the overdrive down and crank up the tone, it sounds wicked, I think. I'm going to attach a video to this. Maybe I've attached it already. Ha 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 ha. Maybe I put it on the first thing. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, that was all done through, I mean, it's just a train. I did a train riff, and it's not even a very good one, but sometimes, I just gotta wake up and make some noise. So, but I use my low F Marine Band harmonica. That's another thing I like about Dean. He uses Marine Band harmonicas. I told him I have the tattoo. I'll show you the tattoo later. But how long is this fucker going on? All right. I'm going to get out of here. It's just another day staying at home. I might come back later with something. I got a few things in mind. I got a review. I got of a snuff. I got I have serious memory problems, people. I got a couple things in mind that I'm just sitting on for the channel, if you can dig it. Yeah. All right. Be well, everybody. Be safe out there.